Hello. Apparently, when it drops me, I actually have to exit out of Twitch Studio and then come back in. So I've been, my internet went bonk like it does, and then I immediately restarted the stream, and I've been here drawing this entire time and talking to y'all. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just start it right back up. Apparently, it doesn't work that way. So I finished all of my cross hatching. I'm coming down here and I'm going to do some water. So I'm going to come in with my kind of my detail line. I just want to darken this up in a couple of spaces. Not everywhere, just kind of. And I'm going to follow that edge around. I'm going to come back through, a little further away, a little less constrained by what's already there. I'll leave a little gap in there. Yeah, so now I've got this issue of I have a huge open space in here, and I hate open spaces. I like to have stuff. So what am I going to need to do? I'm going to add some stuff. Some rubble here and there. There we go. Now, if I go around all of these stones, I'm going to hero out some of these stones too. So, I'm in here and flip things out. And now if I go around all of these stones individually, that's going to get very... Yeah, I had no idea I was ending the stream. It just happens. So if I went around all of these individual stones, it would be such a pain. So I'm going to go around them like almost like they were like one object. And you could do them, individually if you wanted. But I am personally not that good of an artist when it comes to like that really fine detail. That's why I'm using. That's why my fine pen is a 03. And I'm gonna put some stones down in here. Just kind of make sure I'm leaving these lines broken. Oh, I'm digging that. Might be getting too much with it. Some of these overlap. And all those are things and shapes that are underneath the wall, the water itself. I do try to say goodbye. If nothing else, because I do kind of have to do the shameless self promotion stuff, because I do these things for fun, but I'm also I also make a little bit of money off it to supplement the whole everything's going into quarantine. Now, for the internet ways, I'm going to use some classic cross shading style stuff. So you draw a set of lines roughly parallel, and then you come and you make kind of an arbitrary mark. You shade to there, and you shade up again about that same distance, and it gives you that kind of faded style. Of shading. And again, we make a mark right about there. And I learned this in art class. I actually did take art classes a couple times. I tried really hard, like in the beginning of my college days, to be an artist. It is kind of how I know that I aren't one. Let's see, why am I? Let's see. There we go. All right. So now it's time to add some details. One of the first things I want to do, because I often forget this, is I want to edge all of my cliffs. And it's just a matter of just I'll kind of give just a general kind of hey, this is not exactly a smooth and clear surface. The next thing I want to do after doing that is I want to add some cracks to it. Let's do some details in here. And I'll just kind of, yeah, let's just grab that one. Some general cracks I like to grab. A couple pieces here and there. That's a little too close. That one's going to come right up into there. And just let your hand kind of wander. My tendency is I put too many of these in here, but when I process and have it clean, basically I use Photoshop to clean the lines a little bit. It usually helps clear some of that stuff out. So now I've got cracks, details up here in the top area. And that kind of draws the eye to it a little bit. Oh, that's starting to look kind of samey. Oh, yeah, that's starting to look really samey. There we go. Let's start. and I have some detail in the layers where you'd be able to, where it's closer to the audience, where they'd see more. But I still want to add like detail and shading and stuff like that, but without adding lots of fine detail. So, real simple way that I do that. Oh, well, I'm gonna hero that one out because that one needed some heroing. Is I'm gonna come down here. And more cross hatching. All right. I'm going to do that along the edges of all my cliffs. And it's not 100% along all of the edges, just some places here and there. And so that gives me some more depth. All right, look forward to seeing you when you come back. I'll probably be here still doing the same thing. More cross hatching. But as always, if you like what you see here, feel free to join me on Patreon. I have a Patreon. I don't gatekeeper the stuff that I put out there with money. The same stuff that you're going to see on Patreon, you're also going to see for absolutely free on Instagram, on my Twitter feed, and when I'm finished with map packs, I publish them on DriveThruRPG as pay what you want. And I don't do it that way to say that you shouldn't support content creators, because you should. It's an awesome thing to do. But I do it this way because I remember playing games and trying to find content and trying to learn how to draw maps. And there wasn't a whole lot of resources out there when I started. And it's actually very expensive to get somebody to draw maps for your campaign on a regular basis. So I try to put good quality content out there without requiring a lot of income or monetary response from essentially my client base. So, you can join me in this crazy journey, and so refer to it as a crazy journey because You know, you gotta be a little bit of a nutbag to do it the way that I'm doing it. But I'm gonna do this regardless of whether anybody's watching or supporting. It's just gonna happen. You know, I'm enjoying this whole process. I like making maps, building content, and helping out. Essentially, I like to think that I'm helping out the community that I enjoy so much. All right. So I'm starting to play a little bit, so it's time to put away. I don't really do commissions. I've done a couple. I'm not really certain how to make the maps that people want me to make. I mean, I've done them before. I've got a list of questions I can ask people to kind of give me an idea what they might be looking for. It's very helpful if they have like a reference of something that they like the idea of. But I don't really do commissions because I already post content like all over the place. And if you want a map from me, you know, there's no sense in paying me like, you know, like 40, 50 bucks for it. You know, go on Patreon. I'll probably put a map out like that somewhere. Or just, you know, follow me on DriveThruRPG. You know, I'll put out that content somewhere. I know what I want to have over here. All right. So we're gonna see if I mess this up entirely. But yeah, I can do commissions, but I generally don't want to. So nothing against anybody in particular. Just not a huge. I don't think it's necessarily within my the full scope of my wheelhouse. All right, so I'm doing cobwebs. So I've drawn a bunch of straight lines, which I'm immediately going to make not straight. I'm going to come through and I'm going to do some hero lines here. Not all of them. Some of them here and there. There we go. Welcome back, Patrick. I know my players, when they see these cobwebs, they're going to say, nope. And all I'm doing is just kind of breaking these up just a little bit here and there. And, you know, as I do these, I'm probably going to find another better way of doing cobwebs. But for the most part, I do kind of like these. And I haven't had a chance to color any of those, but oh, there you go, Patrick. There's some cobwebs for you. All right. And I'm going to switch back to new and kind of firm, so I get a real consistent line. Because I'm going to do a lot of real small shapes. I want to have kind of at the edge here, kind of. If this is an outdoor map, this would be like a very large patch of flowers. Here, it's almost like this section of luminescent algae, and I don't really like this line here, so I'm not going to do that one again. I am going to do large patches of these though. Part of that's because I want to have places where I can throw colored lights and stuff. So I've got one down here. There's going to be some light over here. There's some light over here. This is going to be very dark. This is going to be very dark. I probably would need a patch of it like over here. Kind of luminescent colors. Oh, let's put this back in here. And as you can see, I start getting these straight lines going. I've got 1, 2, 3 right there. It's fine. Just take a couple of them out here. Just break them up as we go. The alternative is to just fight against it, and I find that that doesn't work for me very well. A couple more stalagmites. Stalactites hang from the ceiling because they hang tight. All right, so I've got some colored light there, some colored light there. I want some back in here, back behind these barrels and stuff. Maybe whatever's inside the barrel is leaking out just a little bit. Oh, maybe I should put a bit of a puddle up here. Just kind of, ooh, I like that. Let's put. No, that's getting too much. So, some color in here, some color in there. I think that's good. I think if I do too much with it, it'll make it not as good. All right. So next step is I'm gonna grab my little pen, put away the old and busted for just a moment because I didn't do any of these. Hero up some of those rocks. Now I'm gonna switch to my my old and busted, and I've been using this one a lot, so I want to kind of even out. So I'm gonna use the blue one, my hard old and busted, which isn't hard so much anymore. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here and just start adding shapes. And some rubble. I'll add some rubble here against the wall. You notice one of the things that I tried to do is I try not to do rubble in like individuals unless it's like a hero rock. Like I'm gonna put a just put a do a hero rock right here, and even then I'm gonna add some rubble around it. Just kind of little pieces. Maybe there's a couple of broken boards in here. And I'm looking for open spaces. Oh, this one might actually be that old and busted might actually have to be getting retired. I've been using that one so much that I'm getting an almost incomplete line out of it now. So let's switch back. To this. That's going to be a pile on top of some of that. There we go. And particularly up here in the camp. Little bits and pieces in here and bits and bobs. All right, so we're getting there, but I'm still got lots of things. I love hero rocks too. So that reminds me, this is a hero rock, and some of the stuff some of this rubble that I just put in, these are hero rocks, and so we're gonna add some details out to that one. Maybe just a little patch of shading on it. And let's do this one as a hero rock too. Here. Some little scratches and stuff to it. All right. The next thing I want to do, I'm going to come back to my pen, is I want to do subtle. So these are big changes in elevation. I'm going to do subtle changes in elevation. So I'm going to have, there's some elevation changes in here. There's so much detail in here, so I'm gonna run into it right here. That's where I'm gonna be able to do it. And down here, right here is where I'm probably gonna be able to do it. I might be able to include another patch in here. All right, and I'll show you how I'm gonna do that here in a second. But this is all elevated up. So I'm going to do kind of like a circle, And this is water, so this is a low area. So I'm going to follow the path of my water just a little bit. Alright. I want this to be kind of elevated. I want this to kind of be recessed just a little bit. And then this is going to be a little elevated here. And you can just make like these spirals going out. And all this is doing is just giving me like indicators of where lines of elevation will cross, because now I have and this is up, so long one, short one, short one, one, long one, short one, long one, long one, short one, long one, long one. So long one, medium one, short one. What that's gonna do is this adds texture to the floor, and some of this honestly is not gonna get seen very much. I went through and added some of the short ones here and just kind of just adding some lines. Yeah, they're a little bit of both. They are contour, there are texture lines that kind of fake it as texture lines. And now that I have those in place, now it's time to go a little nuts. All right, so I'm gonna grab my hard, and I want to add some rubble, some more rubble, always more rubble. Where's fill in these open spaces. And careful not to cross. See how I got this like kind of guide here? Don't cross that with rubble. You can get close to it, but don't do it. What happens if you do is it's going to make the top look like the bottom. We're just going to come in. It's a little too close to that edge, but that'll be okay. Just kind of looking looking to see what else can get filled in where. All right. So what I have here is I'm going to fix something in here. So I'm going to show you how I do that. Not necessarily how I fix it, but how I know that I need to fix it once I go into Photoshop. This is a very long, continuous straight line. That's boring. So that's going to get a rock on top of it. A little cluster of rubble down here. I'm going to do the same thing here. And then up here in the corner, I'm going to do a fair amount of it. All right. And remember how we have hero rubble. And I just kind of break that up. I don't really like that, so I'm going to make a note for myself to fix that. And so I go back through. Yeah. And so I make a little note. I just write fix down in there. And now, still not there yet. What do we have left to do? Patrick probably knows. Cross-hatching. And you get some hatching, and you get some hatching, and you get some hatching. I'm going to throw some hatching up along the walls. Some here just on the floor. Here in my piles of rubble. Down here, I'm going to increase the cross-hatching out in here, sometimes along this wall. I'm going to do some in here. Just kind of and I had no idea that cross-hatching in the cobweb was going to work, but I think it kind of does. Just kind of come through here and just kind of dirty it up. I like to, go between objects, like like the stalactites, stalagmites. And this is sort of texturing and shadowing, but mostly it's just I do it because I like it. I like the way it kind of brings everything together. There's like that whole open space back behind that table to me is an eyesore. So I'm gonna fill it up with something. And it doesn't have to be like full, I'm not getting like all the way up in there, but I'm gonna get a lot of it done. And sometimes I completely like miss a section. And one of the most common things I have to go back and fix in like Krita or Photoshop is when I didn't shade something. And it's a little frustrating. It's a little annoying at times, but not too bad. But now, like, these corners start to me, they start to feel a little bit more natural. And just come in and just kind of keep adding. Until it starts looking good. Let's add some. Just some shapes here and there. Like, I almost completely forgot to do this section here. Now, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I'd just go back and do it in Krita. But if I don't have to do that in photo manipulation, it makes things a little better for me. There we go. And yeah, that's starting to look pretty good. I'm starting to play. Which is okay, you can have fun with this. This is the whole purpose of drawing maps. It should be fun. You should play. If you play too much, that's okay. You can erase stuff. It's easy to erase stuff in like Photoshop and Krita. And you can use paint programs, or you can use whiteout on the paper if you want. When I color this, I'll probably go back in Krita and I might even make a few corrections. I don't think I'm going to make a lot. This is coming out pretty nicely. I'm going to have to include some rubble back up in that corner. And just pause for a moment and take a look at it and see what's there. I'm gonna rock right in here. A couple of, yeah, there and there. I'm gonna hero these out a little bit. There we go. A couple hero rocks in there. Oh, I've got some cross hatching to do up in here. And add a couple more of those things in there. These. And yeah, I think that's about done. And I put my name on upside down, so this is gonna be fun. You gotta remember that because I try to put it down here, so when I scan it, it always scans in the same way. But that's okay. I'll just go in and this is gonna be like that. Well, for you, it's the right way up. Me, I usually put my name down here with the holes. So yeah, gotta fix that real. I'm gonna have to fix that when I come in. So that's not a big deal at all. And I think I'll go ahead and call this is done. So there is camp map is drawn. I'll be scanning this, and if you follow me on anywhere I'm on Instagram. I'm on Carty_Chris on Instagram, on Twitter, all over the place. And I'll put, once I scan it in and complete the line work via Critis, I'll be putting that up. I'm gonna take just a real quick break to grab a drink, which means I'm gonna mute my mic for a moment and grab a drink, and I'll be right back. Oh, thank you very much, Patrick. I keep hitting my desk. I need to get a better chair eventually. All right. So there is that one. So let's grab another sheet of cheapest Amazon Basics paper I can find. And you don't have to use gridded paper. I use it because it helps me. I think it helps me keep my scale in mind, and make sure that I have enough space for all the stuff that I want to do. So I want to do. What have I got here? I'm going to do large boss. So I'm going to have a large, mostly open area, so that I have boss encounter. But I also want to have cover sprinkled throughout. And I want to have some elevation. So I want to have like a raised thing here. We'll do a second one like right here because I like lots of elevation. I'm just going to kind of cut that in, cut that in, cut that in. Maybe Put a pathway down here. Have like a path in there, and a couple little ones here. And kind of put a path in here, and then I'll have one like right in there. And pathway right there, one right there. Right. So we're gonna come here, just kind of give it a general shape, and then because it's a slope, I'm gonna pull out here, and I'm gonna actually invert those there. See? I'm just gonna come here. What I want to do is I want to pucker those just a little bit out. See? Pucker it just a little bit out. Alright, add some rubble. There's an overhang. Oh, this one's gonna have a lot of overhang. A little bit of overhang here. A lot right there at the edge. And just on a little bit of overhang on here, and just maybe just like a little bit right there in that corner. There we go. Come through and just kind of darken this up for post. For visibility's sake, so I don't get confused while I'm inking it. Alright. And that's going to come right into the edge here of the cavern. It's going to come here. Entryway here. Idea what things are, and because let's see where I'm gonna go with this. Let's put the exit, put another entryway right there. Put like a little one here that's actually gonna lead up to that second one. And who knows? Maybe that has absolutely no effect on the gameplay. But what I want to prevent them from doing is coming up straight right at the boss. So I'm going to use these elevation changes here to reduce some options. All right, a little bit of a pucker, and don't forget a little bit of a overhang here and there. A little bit of a pucker. That one's not going to be puckered because this is going to be a gradual slope. It's going to come all the way up like this area right here. Through here. Oh, that's getting late. Well, for me, that's normal time. I work at night. But if you need to run, don't feel obligated to stay. So I've got some elevation changes here. It's gonna come right up in here. Some structures against the wall. I'll make some interesting stuff back in there. Little light blocking layers just here and there for cover. Big one right here. So one of the things I know that my players do frequently is when they enter a space, they want to move to the most concealed location they can find. Oh, nice! I didn't know you're drawing in the evening with me as well. I'd love to see that. Feel free. Post that stuff in the Discord. I'd love to see what you're doing while I'm sketching. Some light blocking layers in here. Put some rubble in the doorways. Patch of rubble in here. Some rubble. I'm plotting out more of my rubble this time. Bit of a light blocking layer in there. Alright. Something in there. Something just bit me on the bottom of the toe. Give me that for a moment. Oh. It happens. I live in Florida. We're used to bugs. Alright. Alright, so let's see. What am I going to do with this? got some fairly nice looking structures in there. My feature is more geographic than it is like an actual like anything in general. I do want to have something for my players to look at, look over uh, once they've defeated the boss. Like I want to check out those boxes and what's over in that corner. Stack some stuff over here. Have like a bit of like a treasure trove. I kind of like that. I might change up how I do chests. All an accident. All right. So some of these are going to be stalactites. So let's put little carrots in here. Stalactites hang from the ceiling. I know my players are going to try to use these things to one-shot the boss. That's just how they function. They're like, oh, well, there's an environmental hazard. Can I kill him in one shot with that? Yeah, if you roll well enough. Or my favorite way of answering those questions is, oh, that's a really good question. I run into a lot of different ideas and stuff online when it comes to gaming. There's an almost pervasive idea sometimes about having to defeat your players. I really dislike that mentality. Like, oh, my player has this really OP ability. How do I beat them? Well, you don't beat them. You give them opportunities to show off how cool they are. It's like when I see people online talking about how to punish their players, I'm like, they would do punishments and stuff like that in school, and it made me less likely to want to go to school. I mean, you don't have to be all permissive either, but you're not a hallway monitor. Hopefully not a 20-year-old grumpy cat. I'm not certain what you mean by that. I kind of got lost in what I was doing, as well as getting way, way, way off center of everything. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was so far off the camera. I kind of got lost in my own little world. It's kind of like the idea of why draw maps. It's got a little storage area back in here. Throw over here. It's stuff. Just a box. I want it broken open. There we go. And one of the things I sometimes have an issue with is I get very don't forget to draw some stuff here. That's kind of nice. Oh, that was a fast way of doing that. Let's see if I do that again. I don't like that. That's not bad at all. All right. So now I've got kind of a big area in here. Do I want to include water? I really like water. I like having wet things. I don't think I needed it in this one. It's there. All right. So go back to our big 2. Oh, and don't forget this time. I've forgotten like the last 2 or 3 maps that I've done. I come here. There we go. I didn't forget this time. So, we're going to come down here. We're going to have the soft brush. And first things first, I'm going to work on these outdoor edges. These outside edges. Get a little pucker here at the door. I'm kind of liking that. There we go. Oh, go up. Huh? So by giving this like little sheltered kind of like alcove out in here, instead of my players spending 10 minutes trying to figure out how they want to hide on this map to observe the situation, I've given them one like as soon as they walk in the door. I find that that helps things a lot because they will look for the most concealed space. They're like, oh, is this offering better concealment than the other? Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for coming out to the scheduled stream. I'm gonna try to. I'm really gonna try to get better about this. I mean, my focus really isn't on streaming content, and that's getting a little too big. It's fine. But I am trying things because I'm well aware that watching me draw a map might actually help somebody else do stuff. Because when they see somebody who's kind of making it up as they go along, and then they make it up as they go along, it's entirely acceptable. So come in here and just kind of let's do this. Some more light blocking layers down here. Let's get crazy with these little side little like pillars and stuff. I saw somebody that I follow. They draw really good maps. They have like this very old school, like stippled style of them, and they did this really boring cave map. I was looking at it, and they said, well, not every cavern has interesting formations, and some of them are just full of rocks. I'm like, yeah, but rocks can be really cool. I mean, these are all just rocks. Not saying that that I'm like killing it over here, but I think I'm doing a pretty good job on this cavern pack so far. And I do have to say that I am really, really liking the stalagmites. I think I didn't used to do them in my cavern maps at all. Really think they're adding just a level of detail that is just kind of just like it's just wonderful. There we go. I do think I probably should do them in the firm pen, not the soft pen though. I'm trying to do more and more. With the soft pen. Picking that up as we go. All right. All right. And remember, this is not tapering to a point there. This is creating like an almost brain just cramped on a word. It's not a texture line. Indicates elevation. It starts about here. Just kind of rough it out. I come back and add little shapes and doodads and stuff in here. Oh, kind of almost landings. And then remember, come through. I like to do the top first. Grab these major points, like that one, and go to 2, 2, 2. Oh god, I'm getting bad with that. I'm getting too heavy-handed. There we go. Slow it down. There we go. Alright. And we do the same thing down here. We grab bottom or the top. Little hero lines coming through. There we go. So we can make a or pick a spot. It doesn't have to be halfway up. It depends on how tall this is. I like to do these in like about 5-foot increments. So, this is a 10-foot cliff, and I can tell that by looking at it. Slow down with these hero lines. Slow down. Take a breath. There we go. That looks better. Sometimes I get a little overexcited. About some things. we go. This is some of my hero lines. And all right, almost an hour and a half late. I forgot to take my meds. Nobody tell my wife, she will get on me for that. All right, well, my wife just called me, so give me just a moment. Hello? Hello? Don't have you on speaker. All right, and I'm back, or at least I should be. Yeah, my wife almost never calls me from work unless there's something very serious going on. And no, she was just testing her phone. So, yep. It is all good. And yeah, so go, and yeah, we got this to do. I'm starting to get massively off center. I wish there was some way that y'all could like ping me or give me a notification of, hey, cool, we can't see what you're drawing. I don't know. What I would like is if there was a way of getting didn't taper any of that in. That's okay. Here. There we go. Some more cliffs. And let's remember to taper that in a little bit, and let's do so it's not really tapered. That's okay. There. Very light. And I put some effort into trying to make sure that my lines are at least somewhat closed when I do these drawings. They don't have to be, not for artistic reasons. And in fact, a lot of the times I prefer the lines to be open. But because I'm going to go back and I'm going to color them later, having them closed just means it's easier to use like fill tools and stuff like that. Go. Wind's coming in, just things like that. So if you're doing a map and you don't get the lines closed, that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. Actually, not a big deal at all. This is the day of very bold hero lines. These heroic lines are very heroic today. Who knows? Maybe they needed to be more heroic. They had a calling. Alright. And I don't normally do it this way, though I have been the last couple times I've been shooting. Alright. Ayuk, thanks for joining me. Have fun. Have a great day. Be safe. Happy gaming. but I usually don't do it this way, but I have been lately. Uh, I've been shading these cliffs at the end because usually that's when I'm talking about cliffs. So also I'm going to start doing my cliff shading early, I guess, from now on. And then you just come back and you do the thing. Hero out this rubble. There we go. And same thing here. Boop, boop, boop. And there we go. Just kind of hero out some of that rubble. That's a piece of rubble in there. Let's hero that one out. A lot of hero rubble in this one. Oh, I'm getting a little overzealous. That's going to be a pain to do later. I'm going to have to do something in there. There we go. I'm just going to do them in a ring around the rosy. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you draw with me. I'd love to see what you come up with. Alright. I knew there was a hero rock in there somewhere. Alright. Let's hero out that rock. Those are small. Let's leave those alone. Add some. There we go. Add some shading to it. And there we go. I don't like that cliff as much, but that's okay. That was too small to hero. What's a little hero? I got a little nuts with some of the rubble in here. There we go. All right. So these are not rubble, these are light blocking layers. So let's go ahead and block them out. Stalactites hang from the ceiling, stalagmites are from the bottom. And I remember that because when I was in Boy Scouts, one of the people that was heavily involved in the Boy Scouts was my mom. And I remember her telling me that as we went through a cave once. And we went up to this place called Mammoth Cave. My mom was a super cool lady. And she's probably one of the reasons why I do anything artistic. She used to do follow Bob Ross a lot. Used to watch his shows all the time. There we go. All right. And I grabbed the wrong one. Oh, you're welcome, Patrick. I'm very bad at names, actually. But somebody told me once the sweetest sound that you'll ever hear is your name from somebody else's mouth. And it's just, you know, people connect to and identify with their names. That's why when there's people out there who, and some people have names that are very hard to pronounce. For me, and the reason they're hard to pronounce for me is I'm not from a culture that necessarily uses those sounds as frequently. And then people teach them not to insist upon their name being said properly, which I think is a mistake. I think you should. You should insist upon your name being spoken correctly. I think that's just polite. It's valuable. It's affirming as an individual and as a person. You know, the idea of like deliberately not doing that is just, I don't like it so much. It's like you're almost treating somebody like they're less of a person, like they deserve less than a full name. And you know, my last name is Carty, and I've heard it pronounced all kinds of different ways. And I'm I'm not saying that you have to be rude to people about it, but yeah, it's fair and just to insist that people speak and behave with respect. I kind of like that. There we go. Little pieces here and there. All right. Oh, that's what I was doing. Time for the cross-hatching. And some days, the cross-hatching is fine and even. Some days it's scattered and all over the place. And I think, that's an okay thing. I make a lot of mistakes when I'm drawing maps. Bob Ross used to say that there's no mistakes, there's happy accidents. And I'm just a better artist than me because I make mistakes all the time. And sometimes you can turn that mistake into something that's more beautiful than you intended. But sometimes you just, you make a mistake, you live with it, you move on, you improve on it the next time you do it. My dad used to say that we celebrate our mistakes and mourn our successes. We make such a big deal about it when we mess up. But when we succeed, when we accomplish something awesome, we just kind of like sweep it to the side. And he always said that the natural state of people is messing up. And so when you mess up, it's expected. You're human. That happens. So we should spend more time celebrating our accomplishments. And less time ignoring them like that's expected. Like, sometimes you just gotta take a breath and let it happen. It's very easy to get to get very focused and like in the moment for me for when I'm doing this. Sort of a meditation and movement. And here we go. Starting around that corner and getting towards the edge of that. There we go. Let's see. Well, let's think about what I want to do with this next. Well, a couple things I should do. One is I need to finish working on the cliffs. So we shade, crosshatch the bottom layer, not all the way through, just in a couple places. And we kind of border the top. There we go. And we come in here, we just crack it out in a few places. I tend to getting carried away with that. Get a little better under control this time. I'm getting a little carried away with it again. Come on. There we go. Here. go. Cracking this out a little bit. And there we go. All right. And let's not forget, because I'm already started to do that, let's do the bottom edge. Let's go down here and kind of cross hatch this up. More cross hatching. And while here, might as well do some cross hatching up in here. And there we go. Alright. And then let's come through here. Let's cross hatch some of this up. Thought about doing some like tutorial stuff, like shoot a video on how do I do things. I don't know if that's something anybody would be interested in. I mean, it would probably be better if I learned how to draw before I try to teach somebody else. Besides, if you want to learn how I do something, just come watch the stream and, I will happily explain it anytime I'm doing it. Let's hero this one up. This one here. So now let's hit this up. Right. Now while I'm here, let's go ahead and do Oh, thank you. Are there other people who stream drawing maps? Because if they are, I'm gonna go check them out. See know see what they do and stuff like that. But I really only started getting into Twitch to because I was streaming on my Discord channel. That's where there's a chat room called Live Draw. Um, and yeah, I figured if I moved to platforms moving over to Twitch, that people might actually watch it, and then Twitch kind of automatically saves the video, so I don't have to save it and edit it and upload it into YouTube. I can just stream and leave the highlight up. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Yeah. Oh, no straight line, no straight line. There we go. Gross. I did a straight line. It was horrible. I have to say, Patrick, thank you very much for the idea for the cobwebs. Because I know my players are going to freak out. No, I hadn't tried drawing cobwebs until you suggested it last stream. And I know my players are going to freak out when they see cobwebs because they're going to assume spiders, which is wonderful. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be spiders, but because they will assume that there are spiders, and that needs to be darker over here in this corner. And they will assume that there are spiders, and that will just make things just wonderful. All right. Put a little. I'm getting a little fast. Hmm. There we go. Nice little pool of stagnant water. Oh, thank you very much. Zero out some of these rocks. Oh. Thank you very much for coming out to the stream, Patrick. Have fun, be safe, happy gaming, man. I'll probably be doing this again next Wednesday around the same time. I'll try to get on a schedule. Sleep well. All right. How are you doing, Dino? I don't know if you want me to use your real name or not. All right. So, nope. Still more cross-hatching to do. And you get some cross-hatching, and you get some cross-hatching, and you get closed. All right. Time to texture up the floor. It's not a map until I've broken a ledge, and I just broke it. I almost had gotten done. All right. So, come in here. My trusty thin pen. I'm just going to taper it in. And we just kind of come in and just do 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 do. Just had some just meaningless crosshatches here and there. Oh, thanks. I've done 2 today so far. I've got one more after this to complete the pack, but I will have been streaming for 4 hours already, which I guess isn't much compared to a lot of people, but for me it's a lot. So now it's kind of little doodads and textures in here. Or maybe they're little egg sacs and these cobwebs, Little pieces of texture here and there. Just dirt. I haven't had any water aside from this morning, where I had 2 bottles. I haven't had any standing breaks yet. But I think I'm going to be done here in a second. I do only have one more map to do. It's 5:30. Well, I'm not in any rush, so I will save that whole section of cross-hatching that I left out. There we go. So, do you like my my cobwebs? I have a feeling that when my other players see them, they're gonna see the cobwebs and freak out over spiders. Alright, well, I'm going to call it done at 2. Scan these in. But thank you very much for joining me. They'll be more detailed once I color them. At least I hope they'll be more detailed once I color them. I'll figure out a better way of doing them somehow. But yeah, so thank you very much for joining me. For those of you who are watching this not live, not watching this live, my name is Chris from Lunatic Design. You can find me on Patreon/Lunatic Design if you enjoy this content and you want to see more, or if you want to get access to these maps early, or you can go to my Drive-Thru RPG store, which is again Lunatic Design, and you can buy them. They are pay what you want, so if you need them for your game, feel free to pick them up. Pay $1 for them, pay a penny for them, grab them for free, whatever you need. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully you'll see me again next time. I'm going to try to maintain my my Wednesday stream. So I'll see y'all again in another week. All right. In the meantime, have fun, be safe, and happy gaming.